we got a battle with Azumarill 11 or whatever. Anyway, it was a UU never used battle, and it was pretty fun. And I'm trying to do some different tiers just to have a variety of videos. And let me go for this cool Scyther, and it's just for you magnitude. And I go ahead and shoot off the choice banded U-turn just because I'm cool like that. And I go over to Naruto, who is obviously Ninetales, and Ninetales is a beast. And I honestly did not expect the Sucker Punch, so that did a lot of damage and pretty much made this Ninetales useless for later on. But took out the Haunch Crow, which is pretty cool. And Azumarill comes in, and how did I know he's gonna have an Azumarill? Considering his name's Azumarill, I didn't expect it. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, I predict the Aqua Jet because I know he's probably thinking I'm faster and he wants to KO me before I do something like Energy Ball. And I go over to Weezing, and Weezing's a beast. And I try to shoot off T-Bolt, and he brings in Clefable. And oh my god, I hate Clefable, like with a bloody passion. It's the Blissey of underused, and it's annoying because it actually has some defense instead of just being pure special defense like Blissey is. And I go to Scyther, and he Cosmic Powers, and I was like, oh shit. And I U-turn out just to see how much damage it's going to do after one Cosmic Power. And I was thinking, okay, with maybe 2 Cosmic Powers, I might be able to KO it, but I didn't want to chance it, so I went over to Weezing. And the reason I went over to Weezing is because this Weezing has Haze, and I knew he was going to try to Cosmic Power it. And I went for T-Bolt, simply because I wanted him to see the T-Bolt, and him to think I don't have anything to get rid of his Cosmic Powers. And he doesn't think I have Explosion or anything, so he's thinking, okay, I can Cosmic Power and just be pro like that. But he didn't do anything. He's Cosmic Powers, and I knew he'd go for another Cosmic Power, but I went ahead and hazed anyway, just in case, because I figured after he sees the haze, he's not going to do Cosmic Power again, so that gives me a free switch over to Azumarill, and that's going to allow me to Superpower and go try for the KO. But he has a Cosmic Power, and it actually turns out that one Cosmic Power is just enough to live Azumarill's freaking choice banded. Oh, excuse me, choice banded superpower. And it doesn't do much. I mean, well, it does a lot, but it doesn't KO. And he lives with a decent chunk of HP. I think it's like 14 HP. And I figured, okay, another superpower KO, no matter what. Even if he tries anything, but he soft boils. Oh my god, I should have predicted the soft boil coming. And when he soft boiled, I thought maybe this might have enough power to KO, and it knocks it down. I was like, yeah, I think I got the KO. And he lived with 1 freaking HP. Just my luck. I hate random number generator. It does not like me at all. And now I know the third superpower ain't gonna do anything, thanks to the +1 defense he has and the fact that I'm -2 attack. So I go over to Scyther, and he's only got 1 Cosmic Power, and I figured I could U-turn just to see how much damage it do, and probably go back to Azumarill. But I'll go back over to Azumarill to get because my attack's back to normal, and I figured even if he softball this time, it should KO or something. I could do anything, but he softballs again because he's a pretty good player, and he Cosmic Powers again, expecting the superpower, but a waterfall this time, just see how much damage it's gonna do. And it doesn't do much. Laramuza, he's not as good as I thought he was. And I go over to Marble, and if you don't get the joke, you're not a smoker. And anyway, I'm going over here just to haze away those Cosmic Powers because they're really getting on my nerves. And Cosmic Power, Clefable is just a pain in the ass. And he's Seismic Tossing me, and I had the Pain Split, but I don't want to show it off too early. I'm wanting him to switch to something so I can get good HP back instead of just getting a little bit, because that would mean that Marble could get KO'd easily. And I go over to Insight because I realized if he's paralyzed, I'll be faster with Azumarill, and he won't be able to softball stall me with superpowers. And I guess he predicts the T-Wave coming because he's just going to switch out, and he goes over to Mesprit. Mesprit is a pain. I mean, honestly, Mesprit's a pain. I mean, I always liked it as a lead, just because it gets the dual screens and everything that you could want to do. And I go back over to my Magnitude because he's a beast, and he sets up Stealth Rock, which is going to be a pain for Scyther later on. And that's just really going to limit the amount of switch-ins I get with Scyther, which sucks. But the choice of a U-turn did not do as much damage as I thought it would have done. Now I know he's going to set up a Reflect, so I go over to my Ninetales because bro, and I think I shoot off an Overheat. Yes, this is exactly what I do, and I'm stuck in because of Stealth Rock, and if I come back in, I'm going to die. So I figured I might as well try another Overheat. If he doesn't have the Fake Out, I'm going to KO. If he has Mach Punch, he's going to KO, so it didn't really matter. I probably could have left him in for fodder, but I didn't have anything to take the Mach Punch other than Wheezing, and Wheezing still would have been really, really low. I'm going to go over to Meganium, and the Leech Seed misses. Jesus. I mean, come on. And then I get it on the second, and he close combats. And Meganium actually turns out to be a really good help in this battle. So, that close combat didn't do quite as much as I anticipated. And thanks to the power of Leech Seed, I'm going to be able to take another close combat no matter what. So I'm going to be able to synthesis off. And he was expecting me to go for the KO, so we went for the Sucker Punch. And I didn't know what to do at this point. And he has two priority moves, Sucker Punch and Mach Punch, and then he has close combat. So I figured I might as well go for the Energy Ball to KO, even though I probably should have just went ahead and shut off a Synthesis or a Light Screen to block the Sucker Punch. But if he had Mach Punch, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. He still would have done some damage before getting taken out. And Meganium's just really cool. And he goes for an Ambipom, and he Fake Outs. I saw that coming. I mean, he has two Fake Outers on his team, and the one time I didn't bring a Ghost. And Meganium is cool, and he's all shiny, and his name is Mega Man, which means he's Uber Win. I'm sure Xerxes would jizz himself if he saw Meganium's name right now. He goes to Azumarill, and I think I Leech Seed. Yes, I do Leech Seed. And I know I'm faster, and I think I might live an Aqua Jet after Leech Seed recovery and Leftovers recovery. So I felt pretty safe going with the Synthesis, and he went for an Ice Punch. And when Choice Been an Ice Punch, I thought might KO. But Meganium is a beast and lived it. Thank you, Meganium, for being pro. And I was hoping he wouldn't get a freeze, and I live with 23 HP, and that's just really cool. Meganium's just becoming a nuisance to him. And he even asked me for the set later on because he knew how pro Meganium was. And this battle turned out to be super, super long. It was over almost 30 minutes long, I think. No, it was over an hour and a half long. And then Versus Recorder cleared all that up, so that was cool. And the Energy Ball goes ahead and fucking KOs the damn Azumarill, which is cool. And he goes over to that thing and he Fake Outs. And I felt that I had nothing to switch in, and I didn't want to take too much damage. So I figured I might as well leave Meganium in as fodder. Meganium's done enough, and I really need to save everybody else to take out this Clefable, because otherwise Clefable can really, really wall my team. I'm going to go over to Insight, because I'm going to try the same old strategy of Thunder Waving it and then taking it out. And he goes over to this thing, and I was thinking, okay, I think I might be able to KO with Power Gem after Fake Out damage. Fake Out really did nothing. I found that the Fake Out was kind of worthless. It's just a waste of pick points because I just healed it off with the Leftovers recovery anyway. And the Power Gem does not do quite enough damage to KO it, and I know the Brick Break is going to KO me because I'm not physically defensive at all. This is one of those special defensive tanks. And I named it Insight. I don't really understand the nickname. I was trying to come up with random names, and I'm sure every American knows what Insight is. And I'll go ahead and U-turn for Switch Advantage. I mean, I know it doesn't look like Switch Advantage, but he's down to like 2 people, and that's Mesprit and his, whatchamacallit? Clefable. God. And I was expecting Clefable to come back in and try to set up some Cosmic Powers, and I T-Bolt, and that does literally almost nothing. And I'm drinking water in case you haven't noticed. And the T-Bolt isn't going to KO. I mean, it does decent damage, but it's doing a little less damage than I thought. And he sets up a Reflect, which is a pretty smart move on his part because he wants to make sure Clefable doesn't die when Clefable comes back in, so he can set up as many Cosmic Powers as necessary. So it was a pretty good strategy move on his play, but he didn't know how to Brick Break on whatchamacallit. Fuck it, Scyther. God. Magnitude, you can get mad at me about that later for forgetting the epicness of Scyther's name, so I apologize for that. And right here, I really should have went for a Pain Split. I mean, this was just bad play on my part. I stayed in and went for another T-Bolt, just trying to get up enough damage so that my superpower would KO no matter what, and the Seismic Power is going to finish me off. And no matter what, I'm stuck going to Scyther, and I didn't want to die with Scyther due to a Seismic Power, so I couldn't switch in, and I knew I was going to be at 1 HP because Scyther's pro, and I Brick Break, and that's going to take out the Clefable's, a lot of Clefable's HP, and get rid of the the reflect, which is cool. And he softballs it off, which is suck. But now he's in a bad point because he really has not many options. Because I'm gonna 2-hit KO Brick Break, even if he Cosmic Powers. If he can try to softball stall me, but I'm just gonna do more damage every time. Or he could KO Scyther. So at this point, I knew I had it won no matter what, because no matter what he did, I was just gonna do enough damage that Azumarill could come in later on for the finish. No could take Seismic Power, Shadow Ball, and the superpower is just gonna go for the KO. Anyway, Azumarill, that was a really good game, and I know this narration is kind of bad, but you can deal with it, I guess. Anyway, guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and peace.